Colby Covington here at American Top Team. Thanks for giving us time, champ. Really appreciate it, man.
Thanks a lot, man. Good to talk to you again. It's been a while since those Hard Rock days.
It was a while since those Hard Rock days. Was it true? Did you go to the I felt like you won your fight against Robbie Lawler. Did you go to a tournament like right afterwards just to go and relax with that stuff?
Yeah, like a couple days later. I was in the tournaments, but I was playing like the cash games. So after the fights, I love to just unwind and unrelax my mind and not think about anything other than, fighting, so that when I go play poker, it just kind of helps me clear my mind. And I was in there, winning some money, making poker great again.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy seeing all the changes that are happening at that Hard Rock. Things bigger than ever. You're going to be like headlining like your own little Vegas there one day down here in South Florida.
Yeah, that's right, man. I've gotten in with all the pit bosses over at Hard Rock, and my boy, the Morton Hospitality Group. They'll have a nice hotel or they'll have a nice pool party and club over at Hard Rock. So, we got some events lined up in the future. I've talked to Tony Burns, the poker director, and he's going to do some guest appearances for me in the future when the guitar gets built at the Hard Rock. So big things happen in South Florida, and what a better way than have the biggest name in the game, Colby Chaos Covington, to make it better.
With your fame growing, is there still code at the poker table, or have you ever gotten in a situation where people are playing with you and they want to talk shit to you because of who you are?
Yeah, no. The thing is when I wear like hats and glasses and I like cover myself up, then people might get mad when I beat them, and like they won't understand who, and they'll talk shit, and then like someone at the table will be like, "No, you don't want to talk to him. He's the best fighter in the world." But most of the time when they know who I am, I mean, why would you talk shit to the greatest fighter on earth, on planet Earth today? The greatest fighter that's ever stepped inside the UFC octagon. It's not going to end well for you. So, I get paid to assault people in an octagon and send them to a hospital. I don't think it's going to be smart for some little nerd at a poker table to try and smack talk me. It's not going to end well for him.
Now, Colby, your performance last time was absolutely fantastic, man. And with everything that has happened with your rise over the last couple of years, and all the things you do, all the cages that you're rattling, have you felt extra pressure going into the octagon, knowing like, damn, I have said a lot of things and I need to perform, or has it all been a good release and your performance speaks for yourself because you're well prepared for it?
It hypes you up more.
Exactly what she said.
It's more fuel for the fire, I think. Because
Exactly.
now you gotta, because now you have to go ahead and you have to walk the talk that you were talking. So I think that it makes you stand behind what you said you were going to do and deliver.
That's right. She said it best, talk the talk and walk the walk, and that's what I do best. And the thing about it, anybody that says that it puts more pressure on you, these are also the same internet virgins that are in their mom's basement and they're eating Cheetos. So what do they know about stepping in the octagon and winning? So I prepared my whole life for this, Brennan. Since 5 years old, I've been training my ass off, and I've been working hard, and I've been preparing for these moments. So, I like putting more pressure on me because, it makes me, have to rise up to the occasion, and that's what I always do. I rise up to the occasion, and just like she said, talk the talk, walk the walk.
He always rises to the occasion.
You introduce who you are with, because I'm a huge fan. I know you're all the ties to wrestling that happens to you all the time. My favorite wrestler of all time is the Macho Man, Randy Savage, and everybody knows that the Macho Man had the greatest manager of all time, and that was the great Elizabeth. That's
right. Well, let me introduce you to the Queens of Chaos. This is Jeneece.
Hi.
One of South Florida's finest. You can see her, in the octagon occasionally strutting it and putting all the internet virgins to sleep because she's just so beautiful, and she just puts them all in wow. So, you'll probably be seeing more of her. She might be the next UFC ring card girl.
So, are you still in basking mode, or how long until you kind of crank it back up and want to get back into work because a title fight's down the line?
Yeah, I love everything about fighting. I love the build up to the fight. I love the fight itself, and then I love the post-fight activities and the festivities that we go through after the fight. I love the cardio in the bedroom. I love it all. So I'm always preparing and getting ready for the next fight, and I'm ready to go, man. I love the sport. I love the process. I love the journey. I love everything about it. So, I never really get out of training, And as you can see, when I fought Robbie Lawler, I set a world record, a UFC world record for most strikes ever thrown in a fight. And I didn't get touched. That was a flawless performance. I didn't even have a scratch on my face. So, I was back to training the next day when I got back to South Florida. So, I'm ready to unify this title November 2nd in Madison Square Garden.
What does it mean to you, Colby? Because you talked a lot in that lead up about Robbie leaving and that whole breakup, but this is where you started. Dan Lebert still represents you. So what does it mean that you've gotten to these heights for this gym, which is, I'm sure it's changed over the years because it's just even more high profile year after year after year with more stars coming here and wanting to get better at their craft. But for a guy like you who kind of came here raw and now to see where you're at. What does it mean to you for as far as representing this place?
It's evolved with you. You've evolved with it.
That's right.
As you've come up, it's come up. Like, you guys have been intertwined with one another. So as you get bigger, it just coincidentally, it gets bigger. Not saying there's a direct connection there or anything, but
yeah. And coming straight out of college, you know, I was raw. I didn't know any MMA skills, and Dan Lambert brought me into American Top Team, and this is 10 years ago. I didn't know how to punch. I didn't know how to submit people, and to grow up here and evolve together with some of the people here. It's been such an amazing journey, an amazing transition, and it wouldn't be possible without Dan Lambert. I wouldn't be here today without him. You know, he's the greatest person and influence in my life right now, and I can't thank him enough. And, you know, we're reaching new heights, and it's amazing to do such great things. I know how bad he wanted that win because Robbie Lawler turned his back on this gym, and he left this gym, you know, and there was no reason for him to leave. He left because of a picture. So, you know, it just to go out there and put a stamp of approval for Dan Lambert was amazing. But this is the number one fight that Dan Lambert wants. He wants me to go take Marty Fake Newsman's head back to ATT. He wants me to send Marty Fake Newsman on a stretcher out of that octagon. So until I send Marty Fake Newsman on a stretcher out of that octagon, I'm not going to be content with my career.
Is it still a thing as far as you guys Crosstown wise? The fact that he trains, you know, just a couple miles away, that always was a big thing. ATT versus the Black Zillions back in the day. I know that's kind of broken up and he's gone off to his own thing, but is that still a thing where it means a lot to win that Crosstown rivalry?
Absolutely. That's man, this is such a personal beef. So many layers to it that people don't realize. You know, it's just, this rivalry is real, and not just the rivalry gym to gym, fighter to fighter. Ex-manager who's now deceased today, Glenn Robinson versus Dan Lambert. You know, they hate each other. I mean, dude, this is so many years in the making, and I know that Dan Lambert wants this fight more than he's ever wanted any fight in the history of this gym. So, you know, I got to go out there and put Marty Fake Newsman to sleep, and then they're going to be putting a statue right outside there for me.
Colby, thanks for the time, man. All the best of luck, and looking forward to the fight, man.
Appreciate it, brother. Have a great day.